Hello folks, welcome to our canal channel Jose. Today we're going to give you an idea how to replace ABS sensors on this 2014 to 2018 GMC Sierra, Chevrolet Silverado, Tahoe Suburban, and it might apply for a Cadillac. So your system looks like this. It's going to help you, give you an idea how to replace the front ABS sensors. So these sensors are equipped into this vehicle so the computer can read the spinning and help in the speed and help on the braking system. So we're gonna replace the passenger side. We're gonna give you an idea how to replace that. If sensor fits in either side, so it's pretty simple. But we're gonna give you an idea how to replace the sensor, so that way you wanna do it at home or you decide to take it to a shop. We have a lifted or truck, set it on a jack stand, take off the wheel for this purpose because we have to get in there and take the rotor. So we're gonna give you an idea how much work it is involved in to replace these sensors. And with that said, let's jump right into it. For this task, we're using an impact gun with a 18 millimeter socket to remove the caliper, because we have to remove the caliper, and we have to remove that brake rotor because the sensor is behind the brake rotor, and there's a screw that is holding that sensor against the spindle. We have an Allen wrench, um, 3/16 that we're going to be using for that specific job to take that screw that's holding the sensor against the spindle. But to get to the sensor, we have to remove the caliper, then the rotor, and that's why we're using an impact gun with a 18 millimeter socket to remove that. And we're going to be using a flathead screwdriver to disconnect the clips, and we recommend you get a wire to hold that caliper against the coil on the strut, so that way it stays out of the way while you're working on this. So we're using a GM part, and the GM part is 2349 8355. This is the part number that we're using. We're going to take it out of the box in a little bit, and we're replacing this all the way to the back, hiding right behind the rotor, and all the way to that point. It has broken on us right here. We don't know what happened, but we're replacing it. So we have lights on the dash going on. So we have to take off the caliper with the bracket attached to the spindle from the two main bolts that are 18 millimeters. Now that we have taken out the two 18 millimeter bolts that holding the whole caliper against the spindle, we take off uh, the bracket with the caliper, and we're gonna secure it into the spring of this coil, and then we're gonna take out the rotor because the sensor is hiding right back here. So now I'm gonna secure this caliper against the coil of the spring on the coil over, so that way it doesn't move around and it fall, and it tears the hose or rips something or breaks. Now that I have secured my caliper against that, so it stays more secure so it doesn't fall, we take out the rotor off. So here's the sensor. Here's the stuff that is, this point is going to be screwed or bolted into the spindle, and this is where the Allen wrench screw goes in right here. And then it has 1, 2, 3 attachments points into bases, and this is the connector that goes right inside over there. So we're gonna show you how we take off that one and put this one in there. So there's a connector right up there with the clips going into a base. This is the broken sensor right here. So we'll disconnect from there, take it out from the little base, the clip, as you can see. And then the sensor continues. There's another clip here that goes into another base. The connector or the cable continues, comes over, and it's right here in this other little base. There's another clip, and then finally comes right behind the splash guard and is screwed onto the spindle with a 3/16 Allen wrench. So we gotta take it out from here, pull it through the opening, and then start disconnecting this or this one. If it's bad, you can break it off from there, and be careful over there. That's the connector you don't want to mess back there because that's part of the wiring. So let's take off this. With a 3/16 Allen wrench, we're going to be taking off that screw or that bolt right there. So now that we took off this 3/16 Allen wrench off from there, now we can get a flathead screwdriver and start pulling that sensor out of there. So this is what you can see right now, as you can see right there, like that. But on the bottom, there's this little, that tip is right in a hole, and that's why you gotta pry it and pull it straight up and twist it at the same time, because the O-ring is gonna be the one creating friction. So that was what we're gonna be doing. Put the screwdriver underneath and pull it away. So now we just push the sensor backwards so it comes out through the back. So now that we have the sensor out of there from this group, we can disconnect it from here, from the base. It's just a clip like this, as you can see, look, like that. But if you want, you can break it off if that's a bad sensor already. So this one is the one you don't want to break. That one, if it's bad, don't worry about it. We're gonna take out that 10mm bolt so we can take out this bracket and show you how that is attached to that. As you can see, that clip goes through. So if you don't want to break it, you push one side and then you kind of uh, turn it a little bit, and then you push the other side and it should release outwards. We disconnected it from there without breaking it, just to show you how it was done. We put the bracket back in the orientation that we had it, so we don't lose track of that. So now we can continue to the other point. So now this is the other point that we had to disconnect from. So that point right there is like this. It's like this, as you can see. So to take it out from there, what I do is I put the screwdriver right underneath on one side, and we lift it like that completely from one end, and then I come over to the other side and I pull it off, or just keep pulling from that side, and it's right there where it goes in. So now we have taken off half of it. Now we just got to get to the connector, the other piece that is ripped off from this. So now to take off or disconnect here, we have to lift this from the bracket, and what we do is we put a screwdriver and we lift it so it comes off, as you can see. And now we have to disconnect this from this connector. This is the part that stays, this one is the coming out one. So for that, we have to push that red tab from here, so it pushes it in towards the truck, so that way we can press then over here and it releases this from this. So to pull this lever, this red lever backwards or out, you have to come back here, lift that little hook or tab, and then you come over here and you pull it back, so it unhooks from that piece. So now that we have pulled that tab back, we push this clip or this part right here, and then that will unlock it from inside here, and it pull this half from this half. So now we have disconnected the half of the sensor. Now we can get our new sensor, connected it from here, start clipping it here, and work ourselves outwards towards the wheel. So now here's the old sensor that we brought out, that is in two pieces. The new one is in one piece. This is what we're going to be installing. This goes inside towards the truck, the engine. So now, if you put your caliper upwards and you put the sensor, make sure that the sensor, once you connect it there, You put it, attach it to this point, you pass it behind this hose right here, and you attach it to this bracket, and then you bolted it into the spindle. Because once you put this back to its place, if the sensor ended up on this side outside right now, this hose is gonna pull the wire. You don't want that. It's gonna be, this one is gonna be here, and the sensor is gonna be up here. So you don't want this, you pull in that sensor. So attach it, and you pass it behind here like this. So when you put this down, this doesn't bring the sensor down. So now we have our sensor connector. We grab it, we guide it, and then we make sure it click, and then we can lock it here, and then we can connect it right into the base with a clip. Make sure that this is connected all the way in. Now that it's connected and is secure, that tab is pushed back into its place, is locked. We grab these tabs and we guide him and push him in so it stays in place. We connected it right there. We make sure that that's in the place for secure to the bracket. We grab this side and we push it in to secure it right here. So now that we have secured it on those 2 points, we grab our sensor, we pass it through the back of this hose as it's sitting right there. So when this piston gets pulled back here, it doesn't pull into this sensor. This sensor has to be on top, and this is going to end up in the back. So because if we're working with this sitting there, you get confused and that hose is going to pull the sensor. So that's why you pass it through the back at this point. So now what we have is, before I put it right here into this bracket, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass it down through the opening where it came off, and then I'm gonna make sure I put some grease here so it slides right into the opening, and then I'm gonna bolt down this to the spindle, and then I'll come back here and I put this into the bracket. So that way at this point I can play around and move it in and out, and it's not solid here, so it gives me play. So let's put it here first, and then we'll put it into the bracket. So what I'm gonna do with a Q-tip, I'm gonna clean the opening where the sensor slides right into it to clean some of the debris and rust and everything. So I clean some of that stuff off, as you can see. So then now I can put the sensor in there, and it's hopefully cleaner, and it helps. The O-ring, I'm gonna put some grease so I can slide it in with less effort. So now I grab my sensor, I guide it right into the opening. And now I can put the Allen wrench screw, tighten it, and come up here to the other part. So there it is bolt on, secure to the spindle through the opening. Now what we can do is we can put this and secure it to this bracket and tighten that bolt right there. So then we can continue with putting the rotor and then the caliper on, and then we can finish this job. So now that we have put our sensor and everything's on our sensor back to normal, we can put the rotor back on, and then we can put 2 lug nuts to secure it so it doesn't flap around while we put the caliper back on and secure it to the spindle to put the wheel back on. So now that we have our rotor in there, we put our caliper back over it, secure it with the 2 18mm bolts, tie them down, and then we put our wheel back on. So this is what we mean by the wire being on top for the sensor and the hose being over here on this side. So if you are working and putting the sensor on and you get a caliper up here and then you put it behind the hose, and when you pull the caliper down, it grabs it and pulls it this way, then you have to take everything apart or undo it from there, and it's going to be a headache. So you don't want to do that. You want to do it the right way. So make sure that you figure it out where your hose is going to end up before you start connecting stuff on the sensor. So that way, when you put the caliper back on, it's not pulling on the sensor. So now we just got to put the wheel back on. We'll be done with this job. Well, folks, hopefully this video was useful and helpful how to replace the ABS sensor for this 2014-2018 GMC Sierra, Silverado, Tahoe, Suburban, and even the Cadillac. And if your system looks like what we just worked on, it's going to give you an idea how to do this job, and you can save a lot of money. These sensors are about $30 each. We use GM part, and for this main thing is that you have to remove the caliper, and then you have to remove that rotor to be able to get to the 3/16 Allen wrench that is holding this sensor against the spindle, and then the rest is just use a screwdriver to get the clips off of it and then put the new one in there. So with that said, folks, for friends who are watching our video, haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you like our video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here in el canal del Chano Jose.